Can you imagine waking up every day under the shadow of a military dictatorship? Picture this: your every movement monitored, your every word scrutinized, your every thought potentially a weapon against you. This is the stark reality for millions of people around the world living under the ironclad rule of military dictatorships. Life under such regimes is characterized by a profound lack of personal freedoms. The freedom to speak your mind, to assemble peacefully, to criticize your government. These are not privileges enjoyed by everyone. Under a military dictatorship, these are luxuries that are at best severely restricted and at worst completely denied. Living under such conditions, one exists in a constant state of fear. Fear of retribution, fear of being singled out, fear for the safety of your loved ones. The state of fear is so pervasive that it becomes a part of you. It seeps into every facet of your life, coloring your every action and decision. If you find these stories engaging and insightful and want to hear more about the resilience of human spirit, make sure you subscribe and hit the bell icon for more powerful, interesting videos. Now let's delve further into the societal challenges, especially faced by women under military dictatorships. Gender-based discrimination is rampant, and violence against women is all too common. Women are often marginalized and their voices silenced. They are forced to bear the brunt of societal pressures, all while navigating through the oppressive landscape of military rule. Despite these immense challenges, there are women who not only survive, but also thrive. They find ways to resist, to fight back, to stand up for their rights and the rights of others. They become beacons of hope in an otherwise dark and oppressive reality. They rise above the circumstances, displaying a strength and resilience that is nothing short of astounding. Yet, even under such circumstances, there are women who not only survive but also thrive. How do they do it? In the following scenes, we will explore the stories of these extraordinary women who, against all odds, have managed to carve out a space for themselves, their voices, and their dreams under the very nose of oppression. Meet Aung San Suu Kyi, a woman who stood up to the military junta in Burma. This is not just a tale of political strife, but a testament to the indomitable spirit of a single woman who dared to challenge the status quo. Aung San Suu Kyi, the daughter of Burma's independence hero, General Aung San, was born with a legacy of resistance. Her story begins in the late 80s when she returned home to Burma, leaving her quiet life in England behind. It was a time when Burma was suffering under the iron fist of a military dictatorship. Witnessing the suffering of her people, she chose to fight, to resist, to stand for democracy. Her struggle was arduous, fraught with danger and sacrifice. For nearly 15 years, she endured house arrest, isolated from her family, her husband, and her children. But in the face of such adversity, Suu Kyi remained unbroken. She used her time in captivity to write, to communicate with the outside world, to keep the flame of resistance alive. Her courage and resilience were a beacon of hope for her people. She showed them that fear could be overcome, that tyranny could be challenged. Her words and actions inspired millions, igniting a spark of resistance that ultimately led to a democratic revolution. In the year 2015, after decades of struggle, Suu Kyi's party, the National League for Democracy, won a landslide victory in the national elections. And Suu Kyi, the woman who had once been a prisoner in her own home, ascended to the highest office in the land. Her journey was not without its controversies and criticisms, but the essence of her story remains unchanged. It's a story of a woman who refused to be silenced, who refused to bow down to oppression, who chose to fight for what she believed in, no matter the cost. From house arrest to the highest office, she proved that no force can suppress the will of a determined woman. Aung San Suu Kyi's story serves as a powerful reminder that the torch of resistance can be held by anyone, even by those who seem least likely to hold it. It's a testament to the power of the human spirit and the enduring strength of women around the world. Scene script. Words have power, and no one knows it better than Samar Yazbeck of Syria. Let's dive into the world of Samar Yazbeck, a woman who turned the might of her pen into a beacon of hope and truth. A renowned journalist and author, Samar hails from Syria, a country that has been embroiled in conflict for over a decade. But it's in this very turmoil where Samar's story truly begins. Samar Yazbeck used her writing as a tool, a weapon even, to expose the grim realities of the Syrian regime. She wrote fearlessly about the atrocities, the human rights abuses, the oppression, and the violence perpetrated by those in power. Her words painted a vivid picture of life under a regime that sought to suppress the truth and silence any dissent. Her fearless journalism earned her threats, intimidation, and even attempts on her life. But Samar Yazbeck refused to be silenced. She refused to back down. She stood tall, her pen unwavering, her words resolute. Her writing became her shield, her armor against the threats and dangers that came her way. Her stories found their way to international platforms, bringing global attention to the crisis in Syria. Her words echoed in the halls of power, demanding action, demanding justice. Her pen became a voice for the voiceless, a lifeline for those living under the shadow of oppression. Samar Yazbeck's courage and determination are a testament to the power of words, the power of the pen. Her story is a reminder that even in the face of danger, one can stand up, speak out, and make a difference. In the midst of a military dictatorship, Samar Yazbeck wielded her pen like a sword, cutting through the lies and propaganda to reveal the truth. Her words became her weapon, her courage became her shield, and her pen became her sword. Her pen transformed into a sword, fighting for truth and justice. In the face of tyranny, Leyla Zana of Turkey chose to speak out. In a world often filled with silence, one voice can echo through the ages, inspiring countless others to find their own. This is the story of Leyla Zana, the first Kurdish woman elected to the Turkish parliament, and a beacon of hope for those living under the shadow of oppression. Born into a humble family in the heart of Turkey, Leyla's journey was far from ordinary. She was a woman of courage who dared to challenge the status quo in a time and place where such actions were met with severe punishment. But Leyla was not deterred. She took up the cause of her people, the Kurds, who had long been marginalized and silenced. In 1991, Leyla made history. She became the first Kurdish woman elected to the Turkish parliament, a feat that was as groundbreaking as it was controversial. But Leyla didn't stop there. She used her new platform to fight for Kurdish rights, to give voice to the voiceless, and to challenge the powers that be. But the road to change is often paved with trials. Leyla's outspokenness made her a target. She was arrested and charged with treason, a crime that carried with it a sentence of 15 years in prison. The world watched as this beacon of hope was extinguished behind bars. But what the oppressors didn't understand was that you cannot imprison a spirit as fierce as Leyla's. Behind the cold, harsh walls of her cell, Leyla's resolve only grew stronger. She continued her fight from within, using her words and her unyielding spirit as her weapons. Her letters, smuggled out from prison, became a source of inspiration for many, a testament to her indomitable will. She spent a decade in prison, but her spirit remained unbroken. Leyla's story is a testament to the power of the human spirit, and a reminder that even in the darkest of times, there is always a light that refuses to be put out. And that light is the unyielding spirit of humanity, the spirit of resistance, and the spirit of hope. These stories of perseverance and bravery are not just inspiring, they are instructive. Our journey through the unseen reality, the torchbearers of resistance, the power of the pen, and the unyielding spirit has led us here, to the lessons learned from these remarkable women living under military dictatorship. The first lesson we glean from their stories is the power of resilience. Like a tree standing tall against the harshest winds, these women face adversity with unwavering resolve. They embody the spirit of endurance, teaching us that even when circumstances are dire, the human spirit can not only survive but thrive. Secondly, we learn the importance of speaking up. Each of these women, in her own way, has used her voice to challenge the status quo, to demand justice, to advocate for change. They remind us that silence is often the ally of oppression, and that our voices, when raised together, can shake the foundations of even the most formidable fortresses. Thirdly, their stories illuminate the strength that lies within each of us. There is a common thread that weaves through their narratives, the discovery of an inner strength, a tenacity, a courage that even they didn't know they possessed until they were tested. This strength is not unique to them. It lies dormant within each of us, waiting to be awakened in times of need. So, as we reflect on their stories, let us remember that we are not powerless. We are resilient. We are vocal. We are strong. And though the road may be rough and the journey long, we are equipped with everything we need to face whatever lies ahead. These women have shown us that in the face of adversity, we can rise, we can resist, we can rebuild, and most importantly, we can find hope. For it is in the darkest nights that stars shine the brightest. Under the darkest clouds, they found their inner light, and so can you. As we continue our journey, let us not forget the grim reality that these women live in. The military rule in Burma has left countless women scarred, both physically and emotionally. Their stories are not just of courage and resilience, but also of brutalities that they have endured. The Burmese military, known for their ruthless regime, has shown no mercy on these women. They have been treated inhumanely, subjected to physical violence, and their dignity stripped away. Let's take a moment to listen to the harrowing story of Ma Thida. She was ruthlessly beaten, her spirit attempted to be broken, yet she survived. She did not just survive, she fought back with an unyielding spirit that the military could not extinguish. Despite the harsh circumstances, these women have shown an extraordinary strength of character. Their resilience is a testament to their courage and their unwavering determination to fight for their rights. Their stories are a stark reminder of the brutal reality of military rule, but also a beacon of hope that even in the darkest of times, the human spirit can prevail. Their pain is a stark reminder of the harsh realities of military rule. It is a brutal reality that we must not forget, but it is also a reality that we can change. These women, with their indomitable spirit, have shown us that no matter how oppressive the regime, the power to resist lies within us. In the end, it is not the oppressors who will write the history, but the brave women who stood up against them. Their struggles, their sacrifices, and their victories will be remembered long after the oppressors have been forgotten. Their stories are a testament to the power of the human spirit, and a reminder that we too can make a difference.